28 days without a computer. I did that to myself willingly. I feel like that should probably be established immediately. I did that on my own. This wasn't like, oh, my PC broke, I have to go take it in, get it repaired. No. I guess 29 days ago today, but by the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be like 30 or 31. So the whole goal was 28 days. Basically, I was feeling very awful mentally, and I was like, you know what? I spent so much time on this thing. I've spent so much of my life on this thing. Maybe I just gotta take a break. So I took it apart completely. I didn't turn it off. I didn't just like shut it down. I literally took every wire out of it. I took my monitors. I set them outside my room. Everything was neatly hung up. And then I had to put the PC back where it sits normally anyways, because they were like moving a couch. But everything else was in a different room anyways, so I couldn't use it. And I did that. That was 28 days. Which, I mean, it wasn't 28 days without technology. I had my phone. I had actually deactivated some accounts just to kind of, is that the word exemplify? Just to prove my point, to drive it home. I logged out of my main Discord account. I don't really use my alt, so it's just kind of there. I logged out of my main Twitter account, which has actually brought up some issues, but we'll get to that later. But the reason it was 28 days was because the day I took it down, I was very upset. Not a great day. And I was talking to my dad. And he was like, you know what they say? It takes 28 days to break a habit. So that became my goal. 28 days. As you can probably tell by the actual video happening, it's been a long 28 days. I have to take a step back here. After the 28 days, I had actually decided, I didn't force myself. I wasn't like, okay, 28 days is coming up. What am I going to do? What am I going to do on the 28th day? Now what happened? What actually happened was around the 22nd day, I was starting to think about it again. And I hadn't really thought about it up until that point. I was just trying to live my life. I was trying to try new things. I ended up making 3 Halloween costumes. Well, kind of 2, which is funny because neither of them were my own. But I did this huge thing with Halloween costumes for like a week. It was so much fun. I tried sushi for the first time. I got new decorations for my room. I started making some Lego sets I've had lying around. I started doing other things. And I enjoyed doing other things. It was great. But then I started to think about my computer. Not in a way where I was like, I'm wasting my time. I should really be doing this. It was like, dude, I want to play Minecraft again. I haven't thought those words in like years. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but it felt like a task. And then whenever I remove it, I'm like, wait, I don't have to do that. But I still want to. So I was kind of cooking the parkour there for a second. Can we talk about that? Listen, 28 days without a computer. It was nice, but then the 22nd day-ish, I was like, I have things I want to do. I was starting to think about things that I actively wanted to try. And it didn't feel like a task. So, okay, a bit of a caveat here. Day 25, I did have to use the computer, but I swear this wasn't like cheat day. I'm not lying. I did go 28 days without it because I also kind of just went an extra day. But day 25, I had to do college application stuff, and I need to make a portfolio, and my computer kind of has every single thumbnail I've ever designed on it. So I did turn on my computer. I did put it back together, which I was going to do like sometime around that day 25, because of day 28 coming up. But I put it back together. I wrote my college resume. I didn't touch any other app. I didn't do anything else. I didn't log in anything. Literally just made my resume and worked on my portfolio. That's all I did. But the point of the story is that I kind of wanted to play Minecraft. I remember the night of the 27th day, going into day 28, the final day, I had a dream. And in this dream, I was playing Parkour Warrior with all my friends. And I was having a blast. I was doing these like weird sideways jumps, which I kind of tried to do there for a second because I was still thinking about it. But I had this dream and I wasn't like crazy stressed. I wasn't trying to do something big. I wasn't really trying to do anything except just hang out with my friends, play some Parkour Warrior. And I woke up today, I was like, man, I want to play some Parkour Warrior. And then I did. It was the end of day 20, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to record some B-roll. I'm going to record some Parkour Warrior. And I had quite a bit of fun, I'd like to say. Obviously, it wasn't like super exhilarating. This is the best day of my life. But it was my first time on Minecraft in a while. I played some Parkour for like 20 minutes-ish. This course took a while. And then I kind of loaded Survival World because I was actually getting dizzy. I probably would have kept playing Parkour Warrior. But I was getting like motion sick because I hadn't been on a computer like this in 28 days. I hadn't played Minecraft in 28 days. I hadn't played anything in 28 days. So it's a tough readjustment. But I'm getting back into the groove of things. Twitter account, yeah. So basically, on the day I turned off my computer and I deactivated those accounts, I deactivated my Discord account. And Discord was like, hey, this account will simply be like archived. You still have access to it. It still exists. You can reactivate it anytime. I'm like, cool. But Twitter says, okay, you have 30 days. If you don't reactivate in 30 days, your account's gone. Now, today, which is Wednesday, November 11th, is day 30. This is the 30th day, okay? Keep that in mind. I actually have my timeline wrong. I played Parkour World on the 29th, so the 28th day I did not play my computer. So that I feel like I should iterate that. But on day 29, a day before the account's going to be deleted, I open Twitter, and I'm like, okay, I don't want my account to be gone. I put in my phone number. This account does not exist. Okay, that's probably my bad. I probably forgot. I try some emails, doesn't work. And then I remember I have a sticky note on my, like, tied to my Outlook account that has my passwords. And I go there and I find the email and I put it in and it says, this account does not exist. Okay, that's weird because it's only been 29 days. So I go to the, like, support page. And on the support page, there's a section for, I'm trying to reactivate my account. And the only two options are either I forgot my password or, like, I don't know, it's not, there was some other specific reason I completely forgot. But neither of them are my problem. It just says my account doesn't exist. And there's no way to, like, contact a person or, like, call anybody. So I just kind of went to, like, a different, like, slightly related problem. I went to, like, forgot my password or something. And I put in all my info, my account, my, like, handle at iFoxbyLive, put in my email, put in my phone number, do a whole verification code. And despite the verification code working, I get an email receipt that's like, hey, this account doesn't exist, we can't help you. Bye. Don't reply to this email, it doesn't work. So my Twitter account's gone forever. On one hand, it's like kind of on me, because I could have just logged out. But I wanted to make it, it's like putting obstacles in front of you so you avoid doing something. I wanted to make it as difficult as possible to log into these things so that I wouldn't. And it worked. I didn't log into them. I didn't even try. But it's also not my fault that it says 30 days, and I'm already counting exactly how many days I'm going to be doing this for. So I know exactly when I started. I know exactly when when it is. And I know that it hasn't been 30 days. But unfortunately, my Twitter account's gone forever. It's not like a huge deal. I was pretty upset about it the night of, but I kind of went to bed thinking, okay, it's not a huge deal. I can just, like, make a new one. Maybe some people don't follow me back. Maybe my homepage isn't the same. But also, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'll scroll on it less. But that was a little bit upsetting. That was salt in the already extremely large, throbbing wound. small cut there so I can think about what I'm gonna say and, you know, cut the video. But did you see me like change my settings? Everything felt so weird whenever I put everything back together. I think my monitors are like a little bit off, which makes sense because I don't know exactly where they were. I think my microphone's maybe like a little too close, the wires coming out. But I don't know if you caught this. In the middle of the last course, I changed my FOV. I noticed that my FOV was 90 or like 95 when it was supposed to be 85. I don't know how I caught that. I would think that I wouldn't be able to immediately think about that playing for the first time in forever. But like maybe it's like ingrained in my brain. I don't know. But everything just felt so weird. I played a survival world after this, like I said. And I haven't adjusted yet. It's gonna obviously take a while to adjust again. It's been 28 days, which longer than it's felt like, honestly. But I have just been going and doing a lot more. I just haven't been on my computer in forever. But I think it's kind of opened my eyes to just how much you ignore about the world when you're, I hate using this term, chronically online. I would say in the last 28 days, I've been the polar opposite of chronically online. I've been constantly out doing things. I've been going with friends to places. I've been going places on my own. I've been, you know, doing arts and crafts, making things. I would say focusing on school, but I actually don't have a whole lot of school this year. It's actually just not something I can really focus on. But I've been doing other things. And it's great. And it's kind of made me realize, maybe, just maybe, spending 9 hours a day on Minecraft isn't good for you. I know. I said it. And maybe that's why I've struggled with it so much recently. Because it's like the small things. Like I put back together my setup, and I'm like, oh, my scroll wheel's still broken. I don't really like playing with that. I should get that replaced or fix it. Oh, my microphone is still constantly coming unplugged. I should see if I have another cord for it, or if I can see like if I have a warranty. I just didn't care before. And maybe that's part of the reason that I hate doing things so much. Or I hated doing things so much. It's that like I just ignore the problems and they get worse and worse and blah blah blah. Life lessons with me. That's another thing. I don't particularly like being called iFoxify. It's not who I am. And this would be a really good time to do like a rebrand. But also I like it as a username. Like it would still be my username. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But like, I'm really bad at usernames. Maybe if somebody has a suggestion, they'll let me know and I'll think, well, it's amazing, I should do that. But it's been a bit. I was thinking of maybe making a video related for Thanksgiving, and I won't spoil what it is at all. But I kind of realized I'm not exactly as good as I was 28 days ago. Believe it or not, you actually get worse at the game if you don't play it. And the idea I had in mind is pretty ambitious. Not mechanically, but it's more so a large time commitment, which is ironic because it would be immediately committing a bunch of time to Minecraft after I just said I didn't want to spend as much time playing it for 9 hours a day. But it would also be fun. It'd make for a cool video. I still gotta just get over my uncomfortability with editing things, because I enjoy editing things. It's just doing that baseline work is work at the end of the day, even if it is a hobby overall, if that makes sense. But you know, it's a good idea, I think. I think regardless of if I can make it before Thanksgiving, I want to do it at some point. Don't particularly want to wait until next Thanksgiving, though. So we'll see. Maybe it'll just be like an awkward in between. But other than that, I don't know if I have much else to talk about. I would consider making a separate commentary video for like other things I've done to go into more depth. But I really just want to talk about my 28 days without a computer. Because, I mean, it was good. I don't have much else to say about it. It helped a lot. Like, I want to play the game again. Although, I think my rule coming back is that I won't be competing in anything. Because I've noticed that a lot of my problems come from being competitive. Because I'm just a competitive person, except I'm not good at the game. So whenever I'm competitive and I just lose repeatedly, I just feel like awful. And I'm just like not smart enough. I know, okay, being self-deprecating, not what we need right now. But I've been thinking this over for like a while now. I just don't have really a capacity to get physically better at the game. Like, I feel like knowledge-wise, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. But I can't always execute. And it is just a physical thing. I don't have much physical control over my body. I have multiple physical issues. And it absolutely does hinder my performance, regardless of not having played for a while. Like, I am just playing worse than other people. And I feel like if I didn't have these physical hindrances, I would be much, much better at the game. Like, it would be okay to be competitive. But it's just not to a point where I can be comfortable. But that's the end of the commentary. I'm actually running out of footage right now, so I'm going to have to cut some of this up. It's been a while. Hopefully I'll make some cool things. But that's my story. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.